And shout out to Dixon, I guess, if we're talking about Green Bay Packers fans. So.
From the Overwatch team, and today's developer update is going to be a little bit different than the normal ones we do.
Okay, Jeff.
Usually we're talking about new cool content and features, but today I would like to address an issue that I think a lot of us have been feeling for some time, and that's sort of the rising tide of toxicity or bad behavior in the game versus what are we, Blizzard, going to do about it, and what are we as a community together going to do about it. So as you guys know, we recently added the reporting feature, which existed before on PC only. It's now finally on console as well. And
the 5 console fans are really going to enjoy that.
And we know that this reporting feature is not perfect. It doesn't instantly end up in the action that you want to have taken, but there's a lot of improvements coming in this regard, and I want to talk about them. One is that we want to start giving you more feedback when your reports result in an action. We've been experimenting, and to date, over 20,000 of you have received emails from us when your report has resulted in a disciplinary action.
Yes, mine have been resolved.
Something actually happened.
I received no email.
This is just more of a pilot program more than anything else. And someday we hope to increase the frequency of those emails to really let people know what's coming.
Okay.
Ideally, we're not even emailing you at all. Ideally, we would like to be notifying you directly through the game that your reports carry action. Now, I've heard a lot of people say, don't bother using the report feature because it doesn't actually do anything, and this couldn't be further from the truth. So to date, in Overwatch, we have taken disciplinary action against over 480,000 accounts, and 340,000 of those were a direct result of players using the reporting system. So you can see the vast majority of actions we take are because players have said, hey, there's another player here doing something very bad, and I want to see some action. There's not going to be a moment where we have a magic patch in Overwatch that makes bad behavior go away, but it is a continual process that we are very dedicated to fixing and improving. So you're going to see some things that are very visible, like actual changes to the game, maybe that we're giving you more notifications about what's happening. And then there are other things going on behind the scenes that aren't going to be as evident to you. For example, we're constantly tuning and adjusting our punishment thresholds and our punishment gravity, meaning, how harsh are those punishments and what exactly happens to players. Our highest level philosophy is, if you are a bad person doing bad things in Overwatch, we don't want you in Overwatch.
Damn!
We want to create areas for you where just the bad people are in Overwatch. We just don't want those people in Overwatch.
Yeah.
Overwatch should be an inclusive...
You hear that, Symmetra One Tricks?
An inclusive, aspirational universe, and the gameplay experience should match what Overwatch is hoping to achieve.
Thanks, Papa Jeff.
Now, I think a lot about video games and why people behave the way that they do in video games, and I think a lot of it comes down to the ability to freely chat with anybody anytime, speak your mind, which I think is super valuable. And the other thing is the fact that we all have this anonymity online that we don't normally have.
Sorry, what word?
All have this anonymity.
Is anonymity a word? I understand he's talking about being like anonymous. Is that a word?
Online that we don't normally have in our everyday lives. I've noticed when I'm driving in my car and there's somebody in another car, there's a layer of anonymity there that maybe makes it okay for that other driver to call me a jerk when they wouldn't do it to me in person if they knew who I was. And I think that level of anonymity is even higher in video games, and it makes people behave in a way that I just don't think they would if they were sitting in a room with somebody else. Now, it's hard.
Let me translate that for Jeff. You wouldn't call Jeff a bitch to his face, all right? You'd say it over chat. You wouldn't say it to Jeff's face. Let me just make that a little bit easier for you,
and we've
chat.
all sort of taken part in this behavior, myself included. I've said mean things on the internet, but I really do believe that as much work as we're doing at Blizzard and on the Overwatch team to improve this situation, the community needs to take a deep look inward at each of us and really consider, I'm playing this game because I want to have fun, and the other people on the other team or on my team, they're all here to have fun as well. We should try to make it a fun, engaging experience. Think about all the times.
You know what? I'm gonna do this tonight, chat. We're gonna play Overwatch tonight, but I'm gonna have fun.
Somebody said something negative to you in the game, and imagine now if somebody had said something positive instead. There's a way to spread positivity.
I'm gonna make my title
I don't think is
spreading
really
positivity
right
in Overwatch.
Now. Sure, we can try to build game systems to encourage that more.
We all just got egoed by Daddy
But
Jeff.
we need the community to own up to their part in the accountability that they have for really creating a great game space. When I think about being a game developer and the reason that we sort of got into the thing that we do, it's because we love creating these cool content and features for you guys. We want to make new maps. We want to make new heroes. We want to make animated shorts. That's where our passion is. But we've been put into this weird position where we're spending a tremendous amount of time and resources punishing people and trying to make people behave better. I wish we could take the time that we put into putting reporting on console and have put that towards a match history system or a replay system instead. It was the exact same people that had to work on both who got rerouted to work on the other. The bad behavior is not just ruining the experience for one another, but the bad behavior is actually making the game progress in terms of development at a much slower rate. I'm not trying to lay a major guilt trip on everyone.
I literally feel like Jeff, this whole video is saying, stop being... You know how Jim Carrey in Liar Liar, he's like, quit breaking the law, asshole! You know what I'm saying? That line. It's just like, hey, stop being mean to each other. I literally feel like that's what he's saying to us.
Like I said, I'm as guilty as everybody else. I've had my moments when I've said mean things
Jeff
to my
showed me
teammates or I've
positivity when I
done
was
bad things on
500.
the internet. But I do think we need to take a step back and realize we're all here to have fun. We want Overwatch to be a really great place. And each of us can play a very important part in that.
Sponsored.
The Overwatch team accepts the responsibility that we have, that we can do far better and add a lot more great systems to the game to improve everybody's behavior and everybody's overall positive experience. And I hope that all of us as the player community decide that we're going to do our parts to really make a difference as well. So we'll see you guys online. Remember to pat your teammates on the back. And if you have that negative comment, maybe just hold it back. And remember that we're all here to have fun. Thanks, guys.
I literally feel like that entire developer update was him just saying, can you guys stop being so toxic so we can further our game? That's like, that's kind of the Cliff Note version of it. Like, he was very nice about it and but like the general message of that is we can't develop the game because you guys are so toxic because we can't spend any time on it because we're banning everyone. So stop being so toxic. And it's true. Everyone is so mean, myself included. I get mean at times, every once in a while. I feel like he's addressing me directly. Me? How funny, how ironic would it be if I log in tonight and I'm banned? Whoa. There's no positivity there tonight, boys. Thank you. All right.
I bet Jeff here.